What's up, baseball friends? Welcome back. I hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. Let's hit up some Twins topics. Really going to get deep into some info here. So a handful of Twins topics. Let's jump right into it. We're going to be a quick hit. And a lot of this stuff is things that I've uncovered since I've started working on this year's zine. This is a mock-up of the cover with Ryan Jeffers catching the rally sausage. In case you missed it last year, I started producing some little DIY zines, short for magazine. So be on the lookout for those. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, just keep that in the back of your mind. If you would recognize those from last year's, I just wanted to let you know. Should be finishing up on those soon. I've been writing like crazy. So getting into the topics for today. Number one, we're going to start off with a couple of things I've written recently for Twins Daily, because I've also, in addition to working on the zines, I've also written a few articles there of late. I went over the projected bullpen. In case you missed it, all of the Twins arbitration-eligible players will be back. As of now, some might get traded, but they've all been offered arbitration. Nobody got traded before the arbitration deadline. Nobody got non-tendered. Kind of a surprise. So that being the case, over at Twins Daily, I did take a look at the bullpen depth chart, since most of the non-tender candidates were in the bullpen. Guys like Michael Tonkin, guys like Justin Topa I'd seen mentioned somewhere, guys like Brock Stewart I'd seen mentioned somewhere. So I just threw out a projected bullpen. Something I wanted to make sure to call out in the article is that it is highly unlikely that the 8 guys we're looking at as the projected opening day bullpen will be there on opening day. Not just forget about trades for a minute. Some of them might get traded. It would be remarkable if they were all healthy at the same time. But my main point in that article was it's a good situation to have, to be picking between some of the last guys on the 8th spot. So if you're looking to see more of the projected bullpen, go check that out. And then today, I wrote an article that really honed in on clutch stats with the bullpen. And I'm not going to give away some of the really most interesting things I dug up there, but I do want to throw this one out there. A big problem with the Twins, among many last year, was their strand rate. They were horrible at stranding runners on base. This is the pitching staff. Obviously, when you're pitching, that's good. When you're hitting, that's bad. You don't want to leave men on. The Twins pitching staff, once teams got guys on base, the Twins just looked like a completely different team last year. And as you see here from a very small excerpt of this article, they ranked 26th in baseball in strand rate. As you see also in the article, I point out that the poster boy for that is Duran. Duran had a 61.5 left on base percentage. League average was 72.1. Ninth worst mark among the 351 pitchers to log at least 50 innings. So, ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. But again, it wasn't just Duran. This whole team really struggled to leave men on base, to pitch with runners on. And, if you want to see that in some of the clutch stats that I dug through, go check that out over on Twins Daily. But that was just kind of an interesting stat that I'd uncovered. Here's another one on Cole Sands and Griffin Jax, but I think the Cole Sands end of this one is more surprising. Okay, 96 pitchers in all of baseball appeared in 60 or more games. So we're talking about relievers here, 60 or more games. Okay, of that sample, only 4 guys had a sub-1 whip, a 10 K per 9 or above, and a strikeout to walk ratio of at least 6. And 2 of them were Minnesota Twins, Griffin Jax and Cole Sands. The others were Matt Strahm and Cade Smith. You might recognize both of those names. Strahm is actually getting a Diamond Award, a Phillies pitcher getting a Diamond Award, yes. He won the, I think, Upper Midwest Player of the Year is what they call it. He's from North Dakota. And then Cade Smith is with the Guardians, if that name rings a bell. He was excellent, as was that whole Guardians bullpen. But pretty cool. I think you could have easily guessed that Griffin Jax would have been in this sample since he was so outstanding. And, of course, he appeared in over 70 games. Just a tremendous year. But Cole Sands, man, I think, people paid really close attention, understood how key of a player Cole Sands was to the bullpen this past season. But just kind of wanted to throw that out there to highlight him. Only 4 guys with that on their resume, and Cole Sands being one of them. So tip of the cap to him for a tremendous season. Moving on to our number 4. This focus on the length of starts, how quick of a hook is there. And this is something that I came across kind of in the bullpen, thinking about the bullpen, and just kind of replying to some comments and thinking about some things in terms of how this Twins staff was managed. Would we like to see starters go deeper if they're pitching well? Yeah, of course. But a lot of people act like the Twins are somehow this team that is doing way different things than the rest of the league, or just never lets anybody throw deep. And in fact, they were 14th in innings per start, so slightly above average. They were 13th in pitches per start, so again, slightly above average. And that was despite having the 6th most starts by rookie pitchers in 2024. So that was kind of the big takeaway for me. The first two things weren't all that surprising to me. I don't think we'll ever see a Rocco Baldelli / Derek Falvey built and managed team of the Twins in like the top 5 or something in those stats. But people act as if the Twins are in the bottom 5 in both of those metrics, when in fact they're right around league average. If you think the Twins have a quick hook, it's probably you're more so comparing the Twins to a different era of baseball than you are among the year that we're in here, is kind of the point I'm trying to make there. And then that was despite having the 6th most starts by rookies in all of baseball. So obviously Simeon Woods-Richardson was in the rotation for basically the entire year. David Festa had quite a few starts for the Twins. Then Zebby Matthews came in toward the end of the year as well. So 51 starts by rookie pitchers. And then the final topic, the final interesting stat I came across, I was thinking about Miranda, and that I was writing about that magical run in which he got like hits in 12 straight at-bats or whatever it was, tied a MLB record that was last accomplished, I think, before the expansion era. So just an incredible run. And I remembered that, but what I forgot was how that was in the middle of a intense hot streak for Jose Miranda. This is cherry picking a bit, I will admit that, but this is still a sample of 46 games and 175 plate appearances from Jose Miranda. From May 19th to June 10th, Miranda had the 9th highest OPS, WOBA, WRC plus, agree, 9th there, in all of baseball, in that among qualified hitters in that stretch. So there was a good stretch of the season where Jose Miranda was one of the top 10 offensive players in all of baseball. He was so hot. Miranda Mania, once again, we'd seen this happen again a couple of years ago when he was healthy. He had a big, long, 50-game hot streak like this as well. So this stops at July 10th because he went down with a back injury. When he came back, he played quite a bit after that, but he never looked the same, and it's easy to wonder if his back was ever right, given how poorly he looked at the end of the year. But so many Twins, he was among many Twins that looked bad toward the end of the year. But this is just another sample where we've seen him be a force. And we've seen this a couple times. Would love to see some more consistency. Would love to see him stay healthy more. I hope you enjoyed those. Those were just some interesting stats that I dug up in looking through all this information. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to check out those articles I wrote over at Twins Daily, I'll put links in the description, and we'll talk again soon. Thank you.